333 players went under the hammer yesterday at the IPL auction. Some went for crazy expensive bids, while some were a complete steal for the franchises. But what do the 10 IPL teams look like after the auction? Me, Boria, Ishan, and Debashish will be discussing precisely that, starting with the 5-time champions, Mumbai Indians. Of course, we have to go to that. But they bought, when we look at their IPL auction, the main players that they bought were Gerald Kotzi, Dilshan Madhushanka, Shreyas Gopal, and some other uncapped players. Nuwan Thusara as well. How do you think the team looks like right now?
Firstly, Ishan, welcome back.
Thank you so much.
Welcome back, and now there's a massive change. 25th pre and post. So Ishan has had his 25th up there in the interim. But Mumbai Indians, according to me, the best auction yesterday. Among all 10 teams, if one team can be proud, they didn't have too much money. They had 15 odd crores, and they managed to get 3 fast players who will all play. Because if you take a look at that lineup, and that's what we are trying to do today, it's Rohit Sharma and Ishan Kishan. By the way, Rohit Sharma will play for the Mumbai Indians. So anyone has any doubt, it is not going to happen. Rohit Sharma will play for the Mumbai Indians, and that's pretty clear. So, well, was there an approach? Possibly, but such approaches will have no basis whatsoever. Rohit Sharma will be there. So it's Rohit Sharma and Ishan Kishan, Tilak Verma, Surya Kumar Yadav, Hardik Pandya. So it's effectively the Indian core. 5 players there, so you don't need a foreigner.
No, absolutely no.
And because you don't need a foreigner, with Bumrah and Piyush, you can actually play Kudzia, Nuwan Thusara and Dilshan Madhushanka. I think Mumbai Indians are a fantastic team.
Ishan, your thoughts about the middle order going after this IPL auction?
Yeah, I mean, just fantastic, Age, because if you realize this is a very experienced middle order in that sense, with Surya Kumar Yadav leading that pack. So he has all the experience playing for Mumbai Indians as well. So he's going to bring that all into the season. And we have Tilak Verma as well. He's risen up the ranks. He's gotten into really good form, and he's someone who the Mumbai Indians have really banked on in the last season, like even in the last season. And he's gone on to play for India as well. So obviously, both of these two in that middle order really helps in strengthening that that middle order position. And besides that, we have a young Nihal Vadera who really performed well last season.
Yes.
So obviously he'll be expected to go out there and play his national game, go out there and perform. And I have a feeling they might also play Brevis because he's an exceptional talent, Gagi, and he's been on the sidelines. So I think it's about time, they possibly push him in that lineup.
I don't think, there's a space for him, but Nihal Vadera, absolutely.
You have a Team David as well.
And you have a Team David. You have to go with Team David to feel. And then when you think it's Jason Behrendorff and Bumrah, and then with Madhushanka and
it's a
problem of plenty.
Talk about the bowlers. Gerald Kotzi and
as Boria just mentioned, that obviously 3 fast bowlers. They have the luxury of playing all their 3 overseas fast bowlers. In the likes of Madhushanka and Bumrah, obviously, Gerald Kotzi and Nuwan Thusara. And you have a Behrendorff as well. Jason Behrendorff as well.
Who's made a comeback into the Australians.
Absolutely. So I think they let go Cameron Green, but the ammunition they have now, I think they are more than made up for Cameron Green's loss.
And for half the price.
Absolutely.
Yes, and then moving on to RCB, I think we've covered Mumbai Indians pretty well there. They made a few expensive buys yesterday. They were also going for Mitchell Starc there, but then they had to let go because Kavya Maran wasn't giving up at that point. But then getting Alzari Joseph for 11.5 crores, Yash Dayal for 5 crores, and Tom Curran and Lockie Ferguson as well. They were really going for those fast bowlers. And when a representative from RCB talked about getting Alzari Joseph, they wanted someone who would perform well at the Chinnaswamy Stadium. That was their lookout for.
Fair point. But who's the spinner? Who's the spinner in that lineup? When I look at
Sharma.
Yeah, but
lacks the experience.
Experience, yes, but the luck, fine. But luck will only take you up to a point. So if I look at that RCB lineup, batting is sorted. Faf and Virat and Maxwell and all of them. So Maxwell possibly is their premier spinner. Now that doesn't work at the Chinnaswamy. He'll go for 40 or more. So the RCB lineup, when I look at the buys, 11.5 or 11.75 for Alzari Joseph. Alzari Joseph has not set the IPL on fire. He might this year. but we've not seen that. And your other buys, Lockie Ferguson, expensive, many times on a good batting deck can go for plenty of runs. Yash Dayal, feel good buy, but to what extent will Yash Dayal deliver? I thought it wasn't that great an auction in terms of overall. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right there because I think, this team doesn't look, it doesn't seem as balanced as, the rest of the teams out there. Obviously, they've gone and backed Alzari Joseph because I think he's someone who can generate good pace and bounce at the Chinnaswamy. So I think that's been the thinking over there. But, I think they should have banked on a spinner. Having a spinner who you can rely on and, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Taking a cue from what you have just said, obviously, when they travel abroad, say when they travel to Chennai,
Yeah, that's what happened.
you cannot rely on a Maxwell and a Karan Sharma there.
Delhi.
Delhi. It's obviously, they have totally relied on their fast bowlers. Huh?
Mayank Dagar?
Absolutely, Mayank Dagar. So they are a top heavy side. Obviously, their batting looks good, and their fast bowling department also.
And to add to that, I think a fast bowler is bound to just go for runs in a T20 game. But if a spinner can actually help them win you those matches in the T20 match because in those middle overs when you want to put the pressure on the team, the spinner can come in, reduce the run rate a bit, and that can help you get a few wickets. So I think that's the key over here. I think they missed out on that.
I was also quite surprised when they let go of Shahbaz.
Shahbaz.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
Shahbaz.
Because Shahbaz with his left arm could have sorted that problem. He's a decent middle order. He's had a very good season for Bengal, scored 100 in the Vijay Hazare, against Haryana, even in the semi-finals. So, I mean, it doesn't feel that.
I think for RCB, the four foreigners will be obviously Faf is their captain. Glenn Maxwell is a certainty. These two players are a certainty.
Alzari Joseph?
I don't think Alzari Joseph.
11.5 crores and you won't play?
No, he will definitely.
But all right, taking into account Alzari Joseph, then who would be your fourth foreigner? Well, they also have a Cameron Green. They also have a Rich Topley.
So, yeah, I mean, you've got to play a Cameron Green.
You have to play a Cameron Green. It's obviously so. Cameron Green, Faf du Plessis, Glenn Maxwell. Yes, it will be a toss-up between Alzari Joseph, Tom Curran, Rich Topley.
No, not Curran. I mean, to be Rich Topley because left arm.
Absolutely.
And maybe
And Indian fast bowlers, you have a Mohammad Siraj and the Jas there to bank upon. But their weekly is spin, definitely.
But do you agree with that sort of analysis that the RCB representative gave? That they want, after looking at the last season, the way that they performed, they wanted the team to focus on doing better at home. Even Faf du Plessis talked about this after the auction, that's their main focus.
Yeah, but this is not COVID. So that all games are in Chinnaswamy. You've also got to go out there and play 7 games there. The final is in Chennai. It's not in Bangalore. So even if you make the playoffs, it will possibly not be in Bangalore. So you got to go out and win. You have to have an all-rounded team. How can you say I only focus on home strength and go out there and win? And will you win all 7? If you win all 7, then it's a different matter. But to think that one side will win all 7 and make it a fortress like Chennai did at one point in time. Look, spin is a weakness. And that's a glaring weakness as far as RCB.
But what's fascinating me is that even they spend so much on Alzari Joseph, I think Lockie Ferguson is the immediate, person that you'd want to play in that game because he's had the experience in the previous matches as well. And Alzari Joseph probably hasn't had so much experience as someone like Lockie Ferguson. And
I'd actually played Rich Topley. If Rich Topley is ready, 6'6" and coming and left
arm, that's the biggest advantage that you can get. And they have quite a lot of Indian guys who can chip in. They can bail you out 1 or 2 matches. Someone like a Suhas Pravudesai. Then you have the Dinesh Karthik.
The big call is Rajat Patidar.
Rajat Patidar has been traded. So I think that.
No, he's back. As in he was injured last year.
Yeah.
So Rajat Patidar getting back to full fitness will help RCB.
Absolutely.
And then moving on to Kolkata Knight Riders, of course, who can forget that Mitchell Starc? 22.
24.75.
I mean, it's such
it's
a big
so
amount
shocking
you
that you
can't
can't remember. Yeah.
24.75 crores. My goodness.
Go for it.
Please.
I mean, it's
start.
I was speechless when I saw that, but obviously the management for KKR have thought something through. These guys are experts at the end of the day, so we have to give them the benefit of doubt, even though it seems a little strange. But obviously they've thought this through, and Mitchell Starc, he's not had the experience in the IPL. He hasn't played for 8 long years, which will be a big difference when he actually steps out at Eden Gardens. So obviously there will be pressure on him. The price tag at the moment doesn't make sense. But I guess the management at KKR are hoping that he can go out there and put his
No,
best
I
forward.
think KKR has
and
made up
swing
towards
his
the end.
golden
I
arm.
think if you look at the auction, the bigger picture, they have more than made up. Made up for, obviously, we were talking about why they went for so much amount. But towards the end, they more than made up. They took a Gus Atkinson. They took a Sharfin Rutherford.
Chetan
They
Sakaria.
took a Chetan Sakaria. They got KS Bharat.
Yes.
Obviously, in IPL, you need an Indian wicketkeeper. You can't afford to play an overseas wicketkeeper and lose a foreign overseas.
Yeah, but you've
ball.
got to play Gurbaz.
Yeah, then you have a Gurbaz. And so for KKR, who's going to be your fourth for foreigners?
I think it's Gurbaz. They'll drop Roy because Gurbaz will keep. I think it's Gurbaz, Nareen, Russell, and of course Mitchell.
And Mitchell Starc.
So that's your four.
Yeah.
I think they've paid way too much. I've said yesterday, and I agree with that. I still can't make sense of 24.75. 75% of your purse for one player.
One player.
Look, it will either go down in history as the greatest IPL call, or it will go down as the humongous blunder that Gautam Gambhir and Venki Mysore need to put their hand up for. There's a very thin line between bravado and stupidity.
Yeah.
And if Mitchell Starc has two bad games, then I'm sorry, it will be stupidity. And when I think of Mitchell Starc, and this is something I was thinking yesterday night, when I think of Mitchell Starc, however much he may have performed at the highest level and experience and all, to think, yesterday someone told me apparently one ball is 7,44,000 rupees.
Wow.
That's the value.
Too much pressure.
I read 15 lakhs.
Something, whatever. I was told
Something like
7
that,
lakhs. So even if it's 15 lakhs to 7, so one ball that he bowls, the value is 7.5 lakh or 15 lakh rupees. Now, anyone, if you are human, it will play on your mind.
Yeah.
And suppose you go for 44 runs in one game, people will say, what? 44 runs, one ball, X is this value. Who's responsible? Is Mitch Starc responsible? Gautam responsible? Venki responsible? Management responsible? What about the mental health of that guy? It's a tricky call that KKR has taken. It's 24.75 crores. And then when you see a Rinku Singh, I mean, if he's a Rinku Singh, he has to be an enlightened Buddha not to feel anything bad about it. He says, boss, I'm getting 50 lakhs and this guy's getting 25 crores.
I mean, as in social media, right? Indian fans, if Mitchell Starc does not perform well, will not let him live this down. But because there was this one random guy, random Australian, which after the World Cup, he said Travis Head is a god. That's all he said on his personal social media. He's not anyone famous or anything. He's just someone who's there on Instagram, and he got so many hate messages from Indian fans. My goodness.
Yeah, but even if you forget that, I mean, because Mitchell Starc is a very proud performer. In his own subconscious, can he come out of this price tag?
Yeah.
And will KKR then be able to justify this price tag?
Yeah.
That is the most tricky one. I mean,
And Boria, one more tricky call would be from the KKR management will be, what about the wicket at the end?
that's a big point.
What
What about the wicket?
You are a spin heavy team. You have a Varun Chakravarti, Sunil Narine, Shreyas Prabhudesai,
Suya Sharma.
Shreyas Sharma, sorry. So, and now you have a Mitchell Starc. So, you have to give him that conditions for him to perform.
Yeah.
Means we have seen what happened in that semi-final between Australia and South Africa. It was a slow wicket. It was a slow wicket.
And suppose you give Mitchell Starc the condition, then what do you do with Sunil Narayan, Varun Chakravarti,
Yes.
and Suyash? This is something that it's a very important point.
You mentioned Sulin Narayan. I think we should have a discussion on him because I don't think anyone put him in this like in the playing level. So what's the reason for that? I mean, I think he's been someone the KKR team has
No,
really
still
backed
play
up.
Sunil Narayan.
But-
I mean, Sunil Narayan has won them 2 IPLs.
Yeah.
But is it the same Sunil Narayan? Maybe not.
Yeah.
Having said that, they'll still play him at least at the start as a bowler and then take a call.
Yes, moving on to Gujarat Titans, one-time champion, and then they went to the finals last year, which they had played against CSK. But then talking about Gujarat Titans auction plan, they had gotten a few players very cheap. Umesh Yadav for 5.8 crores, Azmatullah Omarzai 50 lakhs, Shah Rukh Khan 7.4 crores, and Sushant Mishra for 2.2 crores. Your initial thoughts about their auction?
I thought Spencer Johnson for 10 crores was a bit of a gamble.
Yes.
Clearly was an afterthought after missing out on Mitch Starc. That you did not get Mitch Starc, so you got to make up, so you went for a Spencer Johnson. That we'll give him a 10 crore buy. But have they been able to make up for a Hardik Pandya?
No.
I doubt it.
No. Yeah.
Never. Means if Shah Rukh Khan cannot be your replacement for Hardik Pandya,
Yeah.
let's be honest. Means it's very big shoes to fill, and I think they would be missing Hardik big time.
Should they have gone for someone like a Shardul Thakur?
You know, Gagi, I was actually thinking they would because he's almost the like for like, you know,
Maybe one
he's-
level down.
But one level down, obviously.
Mm.
And it's strange they haven't gone for that bowling all rounder. You want someone who can actually do both. Shah Rukh Khan is someone who comes down at the end of the order, plays a big shot. He bowls a little now, like in the domestic league as well, and he's gotten a few wickets from what I read last night. So obviously he's someone who can bat and bowl, but he's not a Hardik Pandya.
No,
Hardik
no.
Pandya is someone that you can completely depend
See,
on.
the Shah Rukh Khan role is already being done by a Rahul Tewatia. It's being done by a David Miller, and it will be done by an Abhinav Manohar.
Mm.
So Abhinav Manohar, Rahul Tewatia, and David Miller, 4, 5, 6,
Yeah.
5, 6, 7. You got it. So why Shah Rukh Khan? You've invested that kind of money. So who's your the good part is with Mohammad Shami who starts, because Hardik used to start. When they go to Umesh, they've got a Josh Little. So there's some smart buys from Ashish Nehra. But have they been able to fill in for Hardik Pandya? I don't know.
And who are the 4 foreigners for the GT? You reckon?
Tell us the
Obviously, Rashid Khan definitely
of course.
is a
Kane
certainty. Kane Williamson, would you play Kane Williamson?
David
I
Miller?
think he's
David
someone
Miller,
that can bat
absolutely.
also.
David Miller is
Yeah.
a more certainty. David Miller, Rashid Khan.
Mhm.
Then you have
You
Yeah,
will.
Josh Little.
See, they might go. They
That's
last year they
Rashid
tried
Khan.
Rashid and David Miller are
Rashid
also
and
certain.
David Miller.
Last year they tried they tried Josh
Yeah.
Little.
Yeah.
They tried all these guys. They
Yeah.
might go for Williamson for
Yeah.
solidity because he'll hold it together at number 3. So and then because they've got a Miller, they've got a Manohar, they've got a Tewatia who will explode. So possibly a Williamson, possibly to hold it together because he was injured last year.
Like for other teams, like the 3 teams that we have already discussed, straight away we could tell the 4 foreigners, 4
Yeah.
overseas players. Not so for Gujarat Titans.
I think they might just play Azmatullah Omarzai because they've gone in for the Afghans.
Right.
They've got a Rashid and this guy is solid all-rounder.
All-rounder,
50
yes.
lakhs,
Yes.
Azmatullah Omarzai was a steal.
Steal.
A steal.
Yes, and then we go to Chennai Super Kings,
Mm.
the defending champions, led by MS Dhoni. When we look at their auction and the buys that they've made, we have Daryl Mitchell for 14 crores, Shardul Thakur for 4 crores, Rachin Ravindra, an absolute steal for 1.8 crores, Samir Rizvi, an uncapped player who went for higher than Rachin Ravindra, 8.4 crores, and Mustafizu, 2 crores, and one other uncapped player, Avinash Rao Aravelli, 20 lakhs. Your initial thoughts?
I think they have done the best in the auction. If you tell me, it's obviously when you get Daryl Mitchell, obviously Ben Stokes is not available, and you have Rachin Ravindra, Daryl Mitchell, Shardul Thakur. So more than make up for Ben Stokes not available. I think
And basically they've got an equivalent for Moeen Ali in
Yeah.
Rachin Ravindra.
Absolutely.
So they'll go one. And if you take a look at that, what they've smartly done, they've got a Mustafizur Rahman who with his cutters will be extremely effective in that Chennai track.
Yeah.
So they've got that covered. They've got Deepak Chahar and Shardul Thakur. So they've got their Indian base covered. They've got a Mitch Santner and they've got a Ravi Jadeja. So
Right.
they've got their spin covered. They've got a Moeen Ali.
Yeah.
So all their bases now are covered. Last year, they didn't have a middle order explosion.
Yes.
Yes.
There was a problem after Rutu Raj, and now with Daryl Mitchell, they've got that covered.
Yes.
Smart. And if you go look down the order, I was actually looking at the playing 11. I thought Dhoni 7, Shardul 9.
They bat deep.
They bat
Yeah.
hugely deep.
Hugely.
So Shardul 8 or 9 means serious
And
fun.
look at the options you have in in the bowling as well. Means as Bureda just said, Shardul, you have a Ravindra Jadeja, and
Ravindra. So
Rachin
Rachin
Ravindra.
Ravindra.
Oh,
They have quite a few options who can actually bat and as well bowl.
and on a spinning wicket, I think they'll come very
They will
high.
get, they will get. Obviously, it's
No one wants to play a
it
spinner on
will
a
be a
drawing
spinning
wicket,
track
yeah.
and chip up. So
Absolutely.
I think the 4 foreigners, who will it be for Chennai?
Mitchell surely.
Yes.
Mitchell surely. I mean,
Devin Conway.
Devon Conway,
Yeah.
yes.
Absolutely, Devon
Maybe,
Conway.
maybe
Daryl
Mitchell.
one between Ravindra and Moeen Ali.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So Mitchell, one between Ravindra and Moeen Ali, one Devon Conway, and
Daryl
the
Mitchell.
fourth Mitchell we said. Maybe
Maybe
the
a
fourth.
Pathirana.
Yeah,
Pathirana.
Pathirana,
Right.
yeah. one of them. Or if it's a Turner, that can be Mitchell Santner.
Absolutely, absolutely.
When we
Mahesh Theekshana, don't forget.
Oh,
that.
yes.
He was
Yes.
he was a very good this thing.
For
for
Chennai winning the last season means obviously
Theekshana did a
very,
very
very
good
big
job.
role.
yes.
And so that's where it is. Look, their spin. Jadeja, Santner, left arm. Theekshana, mystery. Ravindra and Moeen Ali off. So you've got all your bases covered in spin. Good side.
Absolutely.
And when we look at the top order as well, you've got Ruturaj, Devon
And
Conway.
their biggest advantage, they have 3 Indian players who are all-rounders.
Yeah.
In Deepak Chahar, Ravindra Jadeja and
Shivam Dubey.
Shivam Dubey and Shardul Thakur.
Oh,
Yeah.
So look at the options they have.
it's a good side.
Good side.
We have to move on to Rajasthan Royals, led by Sanju Samson. They bought Rovman Powell, 7.4 crores. Shubham Dubey from Vidarbha, 5.8 crores, another uncapped player. Tom Kohler, 40 lakhs. Abid Mushtaq, 20 lakhs. And Nandre Berger, 50 lakhs.
I thought Tom Kohler Cadmore was a good buy and Nandre Berger, because if you see the South African this thing, ball comes in, beautiful left arm fast. They needed one, they've got a substitute for Trent Bolt. In case they need, this is the most balanced team according to me. I've been saying they got one, but look at that spin. Ravi Ashwin, Yuzvendra Chahal, top notch. You've got Avesh Khan now from Lucknow trade. So you've got a Bolt, you've got an Avesh. So you're that is set. And now look at the batting. Sanju Samson, Joss Butler, Yashasvi Jaiswal and Shimron Hetma. You've added a Rovman Powell.
Yes.
I think they made a very smart move by going after Powell like really upfront, because I think they wanted someone who could support Hedmire down the order, because Hedmire at times was the only one finishing off the innings. Riyan Parag at times came out to bat, failed at times. So they were banking on someone who they could trust with Hedmire, and getting Powell I think is someone both these two Caribbean boys down the order will just add to that firepower. So
He mentioned Riyan Parag. I think this could be his make or break.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
And he's got that off spin as well.
Yeah.
So you've got the leg spin of Chahal, you've got off spin of Ashwin, and you've got Riyan Parag. So you've got multiple options.
And there'll be the competition between Dhruv Jarrell and Riyan Parag,
Correct.
fighting for the
Yes.
spot. So I think it's going to motivate both of them to go up.
And then you have a Kuldeep Sen there, come quick.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's a good team. I mean,
Yes.
Sanju Samson, one wonders how he'll captain and all that, but very
But
good.
I think it's a very potent side.
Very good
Yeah,
side.
very good side. Very good side.
Even with Dhruv Jurel, he was given more than plenty chances in the last IPL. He did not capitalize on those chances, but he's a very good hitter, and he was sent with Shimron Hetmire to kind of finish off the innings. So maybe we'll also be looking at Dhruv Jurel as a finisher.
Right. Absolutely. And talking about the 4 foreigners, means Rajasthan Royals, I would rather go with, obviously Joss Butler is a no-brainer.
Yes.
Joss Butler, Trent Bolt, they are the 2 certainties in that side. Third overseas cricketer.
I think Hetmire is also set.
Hetmire. So these 3 for overseas cricketers, and they have plenty of choices there. So they have a Rovman Powell now. They have a
Quite a few.
Nandre Barger.
They've got an Adam Zampa.
Adam Zampa as
Yes.
well. So
It's a solid
It's very
side.
solid
good
side.
They're Indian. Yeah,
I'm
Indian.
talking
But I don't think
overseas
you can really
cricket.
add Zampa when you already have 2 quality spinners in your team. So I
Yeah,
think that's
Adam Zampa,
maybe later
I
on
think
in the matches like
he
how
did
they
not play that
Yeah, he did.
many
He did.
matches
Yes.
last season as well, so he
Yeah.
is not required
Yeah.
to ask me.
They've got problem of plenty.
Moving on to the next franchise, the Punjab Kings. Not very impressive since the last few IPL seasons, but then when we look at this auction particularly, they got Harshal Patel for 11.75 crores, Chris Wokes 4.2 crores, Ashutosh Sharma 20 lakhs, Vishwanath Pratap Singh 20 lakhs, Shashank Singh 20 lakh, Tanay 20 lakh, Prince Chaudhary 20 lakhs, and Riley Russo for 8 crores. What do you think of this of these buys?
I thought Harshal Patel was overpriced.
Yeah.
Except one season, maybe the Mohali track might just suit him as a death bowler. He will be important alongside Arshdeep Singh and Kagiso Rabada.
Yeah.
They've got a Nathan Ellis, so it's a decent potent. So Harshal Patel, of course, will be key. Chris Wokes, Mohali, if it offers some swing, it's not a bad side at all. I mean, having said that, who's their number 3? They left Bhanuka. Who did they pick up as a batter there? Because Bhanuka Rajapaksha were giving them the start. They've got a Johnny Bairstow, they've got a
Livingstone.
Livingston.
Yeah.
Livingston.
Prab Simran as
Yeah,
well.
they play Matthew Short regularly.
Right.
Because they'll have to play Matthew Short regularly,
Yes.
maybe at 3 and then get Livingston at 4 and open with Johnny Bairstow and Shikhar Dhawan. That's a possibility.
So 4 overseas cricketer.
Bairstow,
Rabada.
Liam Livingston,
Rabada.
Rabada, and you have an option. You might just go with a Chris Wokes or a Nathan Ellis as your fourth, or you might just get or Matthew Shaw. So between these three, one possible.
We got a Sam Curran there.
Oh, you got a Sam Curran.
Curran.
You got a Sam Curran.
Sam Curran,
yes.
Oh, yeah. So you've got to play the Sam Curran. So that's your fourth.
Yes. Sam Curran.
Okay. Moving on to the KL Rahul led Lucknow Super Giants. They had Shivam Mavi for 6.4 crores, Arshin Kulkarni 20 lakhs, M. Siddharth 2.4 crores, Ashton Turner 1 crore, David Willey 2 crores, and Mohammad Arshad Khan 20 lakhs.
I thought Ashwin Kulkarni was a steal because all of us are saying the next
Yes.
Hardik Pandya, Mumbai T20 100 and all that. So I thought Sanjeev Goenka made a very smart buy. It's not a bad side at all. I mean, they had their core ready. So 13.5 crores is all
Yes.
they had. And if you take a look at that side, KL Rahul back, full fitness. You've got a Nicholas Puran, you've got a Marcus Stoinis too, and then you've got a Mark Wood, and you have a Naveen ul Haq. So your foreign fast bowler is sorted there.
Yeah.
So, and you've now added a Shivam Mavi. You needed one to go with your Mohsin Khan.
Yes.
So you've picked up a Shivam Mavi, and you also have a foreign fast bowler and left armour in David Willey. And in terms of your spin, you've got a Ravi Bishnoi, you've got a Krunal Pandya. So you've got a left arm, plus you've got a right arm, and you have a Krishnappa Gautam.
And you have Deepak Hooda as well.
You've got a Deepak Hooda. It's a good side.
It's a good side.
It's a good side.
Deepak Hooda is someone that you can rely on to finish off the innings. So I think
Yeah.
you want someone like that at the lower end of the batting order who can smash it at the end. So Deepak Hooda again, very important to have in the team. And Shivam Mavi, obviously, he is one of those pacers that the Indian team wants to groom. So obviously, this is an IPL for him where you would actually want to go out there, set the tone. He hasn't done that so far, so maybe this might be the IPL that he goes on to do that.
Does the team look complete to you now after the auction?
It does. It looks
It
good.
does.
It does. It does.
It's a
It
good
does.
Okay, then we move on to the Sunrisers Hyderabad wooden spoon holders led by David Warner. They bought Pat Cummins.
No longer David.
Sorry, my Sunrisers Hyderabad changes captain so often you can't really tell.
And they've locked David. So,
Okay. Pat Cummins 20.5 crores, Travis Head 6.8 crores, which is a steal, I think. Jaydev Unadkat for 1.6 crores, Wanindu Hasranga as
Another
well,
steal.
1.5 crores, Akash Singh 20 lakhs, and Jatu Ved Subramanian 20 lakhs.
I think it's a good side. I think it's a good side, except that Pat Cummins 20.5.
All eggs in one basket?
No, because what I think they did was they thought we'll keep 7-8 crores for Hasaranga and maybe a 10 crore budget for Head. So you saved about 3-4 crores for Head and you saved about 8-9 crores for Hasaranga. You combined all that and kept 10 crores for Cummins, you gave him 20.
Yeah.
So that's what explains the Pat Cummins bid to me.
Right.
But when I look at that, and he keeps asking Devashish, who are the 4 foreigners? I don't know. Because you had a Markram, you had a Klassen. So you've got to, and Klassen in this form, Markram in this form. You've got to play them.
And now you have to play
Now you have
Pat
Head.
Cummins.
So now you have Head also.
Head also.
So you've got Travis Head, Markram, Klassen, 3. You've got a Hasaranga, 4, and you have a Pat Cummins, 5. Who do you draw?
And you also have Marco Jansen.
And you have a Marco Jansen.
So it's basically too many people and you don't know who to play.
So it's a foreigner-heavy problem.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And that is an issue.
But talking about their same bowling attack, they have a very, very strong
Solid.
bowling attack with Natarajan and Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Mughals and
Look at Pat Cummins
Pat
and
Cummins, yeah.
Marco Jansen and all these fellows have come in.
Umran Malik.
And Umran Malik.
Forget Umran Malik. So they have a very decent fast bowling attack. But
Yes,
and in their spin department, they have a Washington Sundar.
Yes.
I think spin is weak. Washi, again, has been in and out, injured, etc. I think spin is weak.
They got Shahbaz now.
They've got Shahbaz. Shahbaz might just get.
Shahbaz and Washington will be their two go-to spinners.
Would you think Pat Cummins would possibly lead the side, or do you think
No.
it will be Markram?
Aiden Markram.
Aiden Markram, or after the World
You
Cup?
never know. You never know. They are now spent.
Four games
Yeah.
lost.
Yeah.
Kavya Maran will say to hell with it. Not Pat
Pat
Cummins.
Cummins it is.
It's happened with
Yeah.
sunrisers. I mean, you can drop one, you can do anything.
Yeah, and now finally to the actually David Warner led team Delhi Capitals. They got Harry Brook for 4 crores. They got Tristan Stubbs for 50 lakhs. Ricky Bowie 20 lakhs. Kumar Kushagra 7.2 crores. Rashik Dar 20 lakhs. Jai Richardson 5 crores. Sumit Kumar 1 crore and Shai Hope 75 lakhs.
It's a good side because they've been able to plug that 7 gap. They got some good domestic buys. 3 wicket keepers tells you that Kumar Kushagra and of course
Abhishek Porel and Rishabh Pant.
Abhishek Porel, it tells you that Rishabh Pant is not ready yet. It tells you Rishabh Pant will start as a batter, not keep. They've got an unreached Nokia, so they wanted a fast bowler there. They've got one. They've got a very good buy in Harry Brook. Because they lacked a middle order superstar. Raghban Paul is who they left. They've got a Harry Brook there. I think it's a good side. If David Warner leads well, and at number 6 will be Mitch Marsh. 7 will be Akshar Patel. 8 will be possibly one of these guys who can bat there.
They get a team that really bats down.
Bats
very deep.
that was a problem
And they
last
have Kuldeep Yadav as well.
Yeah, it's a good bowling attack.
Very decent bowling attack.
But you want a Prithvi Shaw not to look like me. I mean, Prithvi Shaw needs to look like a cricketer, not pleasantly plump like me. So,
Any
And
final
they,
thoughts
and they
on
have
that?
also have a good buy in Jai Richardson.
Oh yes.
Obviously, if he's highly regarded in Australia. So I think their 4 overseas cricketers are more or less sorted with David Warner, Mitch Marsh, Anrik Nokia, and the 4th overseas cricketer will be Harry Brook. So more or less, DC are sorted, and also the Indian batting lineup also means obviously in all probability Rishabh Pant will bat,
yeah, he will.
and then you have a Prithvi Shaw. It's going to be a very
Or Pant, Akshar, who's a better batter now.
absolutely.
Solid unit.
So
But Prithvi Shaw has to deliver. I think it's time that
obviously.
Okay, so before we leave, final question to all of you. Looking at this IPL auction, now talking about all the teams here, all the strategies, who is most likely to win this IPL? Just no explanations, just the name, just the franchise.
Let us keep it to the top 4 teams.
No, I think we all can make a prediction. Let's see.
Which looks
Yes.
the best balanced team?
I would go with the Rajasthan Royals.
I'll go with Mumbai Indians. Means
I'll go with Chennai Super Kings.
Okay, let's go. That's it from our side.
What about you?
Yeah,
Definitely not RCB, but
Krishna
I
will be
also.
upset.
No, both of these are RCB fans.
Okay.
That is these two are both are RCB fans.
I also think Mumbai Indians. But that is it from our side. Stay tuned to Rev Sports. We'll be back with much more. Tell us about what you think about all these IPL franchise, what they look after the auction. Stay tuned.